Hello?
Hi, Addy. It's Officer James.
Hi.
Hi. So I was just calling to see if there's any information you can provide me that you think would be beneficial.
What I know, Shanann and I are really close friends, so she's confided in me a lot that things have been not so good between her and Chris.
Okay.
Last night night before last, it's all blurring to me because we've been traveling and I'm in different time zones.
Right.
So forgive me, but it was, I think, Saturday evening, Sunday evening. She shared that she was, and she thought he might.
I'm sorry, your phone's breaking up.
Okay, sorry about that. She expressed on Sunday night that she was concerned that he was having an affair.
Okay. Was this just to you that she told you that too?
Me and Nikki and Cindy was there also. And we all kind of thought, no, there's no way that Chris would do that. They seemed like just such a perfect couple. But I also knew over the past couple of weeks, she's been really just trying to save her marriage because he's been saying things like he didn't want the baby. She had canceled their their gender reveal party. They were, getting a lot of friends together to reveal the gender of the baby, and she canceled that because he was just not there. He just was not wanting this baby. These are all just red flags for me right now.
She told you this personally?
I'm sorry?
She told you this personally?
Yes.
Okay. So I know that all you girls have been talking. So if you heard it from someone else, just kind of clue me into that so I don't write down in my report that she told you, and in fact, does that make sense? That she told you when someone else made sense.
It's hearsay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of what she told me, we were in a group this weekend.
Okay.
We were all together in Arizona.
Right.
So we were Cindy. It was Cassie, Cindy, Nikki, and I.
Okay.
Were all together.
Makes sense.
There's a lot of things that I told Sam. I'm trying to think who you've spoken to. So Sam and Christina, but
yeah, Sam, Christina, Cindy. Trying to think who else.
Yeah, she was getting to the point where she was telling, she hadn't really told anybody except for me and Nikki and Cassie prior to this weekend, and then this weekend she shared with Cindy, and Sam wasn't there. Cindy and I clued Sam in on what was going on.
When did she tell you that they started having struggles with their marriage?
This was about 2 weeks ago. If you have her phone, our entire conversation, we have a huge text string about it. If you have her phone, you can pretty much see everything that she told me. There were things that we talked about one-on-one too, but pretty much everything is in the messages. So
when you guys would communicate, was it usually through text messages or over the phone?
Text messages mostly, and over the phone, and then we saw each other this weekend in person.
Okay. Did she tell you anything in person that she didn't tell you over to text messages?
Let me think. Yeah, about him cheating. This was on Sunday night. My flight got canceled, so we ended up being there an extra night in Arizona. We went out to dinner, and as soon as she walked in to meet me, she just looked very sad. And she said, "All right, tell me what you think of this." I found, she said, Chris went to the baseball game with friends.
Was that the Rockies game?
Told her. The Rockies game, yeah.
So Chris told her he went to the Rockies?
Correct, with friends, a group of guys.
Okay.
And then he was out late, and she knew this because she was communicating with the babysitter that he had hired to go out while, she was away. So she was checking in with the babysitter, so she knew his timeline and when he got home and everything. So what he told her was that he went to eat. He went to get something to eat after, and he said he specifically told her that he had a beer and a salmon dinner. But the bill was $62. And she thought that was a little suspicious, so she asked us what we thought. Did we think that salmon dinner and a beer could have been $62, or was he with somebody?
And she saw that on their bank accounts?
I'm sorry?
She saw that on their bank statements?
No, he actually told her what he spent. Okay. And, I think they just communicate like that about money because she handles everything in the money. Because that's what I was like, why? They said, well, it's kind of weird that he would just tell you exactly what he bought. And she's like, no, he does that all the time. Like, I kind of thought he was maybe justifying what he had, trying to cover up something. And she said, no, it's not unusual for him to tell me because she just handles all the money, and they're, trying to watch their spending is how she explained it to Nikki and I. And I said, well, again, maybe he bought one of the guys in a beer, because, yeah, that $62 seems a little high for salmon and a beer. So maybe he bought somebody something. But she thought, she was suspicious that he was out with somebody.
Okay.
Up until then, she's been like, we've all been like, there's no way. She said, because if you look through the text messages, when she first started telling me this, I was like, when she first started telling me about him not wanting the baby and him being weird to her and something's wrong, she couldn't figure it out. He wouldn't tell her what was going on except for, it's nothing that you did, it's me. And I said, you go through his phone. I'm like, go through his phone and see if he's talking to somebody. And she said he's been deleting messages. She said he was deleting. She told me through a text that he was even deleting text messages with his dad because she had a falling out with his parents.
While she was in North Carolina?
Yes.
What was the falling out about?
The falling out was about she was out there visiting for 4 weeks. Both of their families are in North Carolina. She went and took the two kids out there, and Chris stayed home in Colorado. There was an issue with her youngest daughter has a severe tree nut allergy, and Chris's mom had essentially exposed her to the tree nut allergy. Nothing happened, but she was very upset that she had put her in the position where, she could have, it was pistachio ice cream, and the Chris's mother gave one of the cousins pistachio ice cream, and Cece was crying for it because she wanted it too. And they had a falling out over that because, Shanann felt that she should have, chosen another flavor of ice cream to bring home to the house to feed these kids.
So Shanann had a falling out with mom or dad?
Well, that was with mom. She loved Chris's dad. but I think the whole thing just escalated to both of the parents, both of Chris's parents, just being upset with Shanann, and they didn't come to They didn't come to Cece's birthday party,
which was in North Carolina.
Which was in North Carolina. Shanann threw a birthday party, and Chris's parents did not come because they were upset with Shanann. And they also unfriended them on Facebook, both of them, Chris and Shanann. And I think Chris was upset. And this is, I don't know this for a fact. These are all things I was like, well, maybe he's upset with you because of the falling out with your parents. And she said that he did feel that she caused the problem between him and his dad is his hero.
Dad is Chris's hero?
Yes.
And Chris felt Shanann caused the problem?
I believe so, yeah. That's what Shanann felt.
Shanann felt Chris thought?
Yes. Shanann felt that Chris felt that Shanann caused a problem between his dad. He specifically said his dad, but really, both of his parents, but he's closer with his dad. I think he and his mom, had some issues along the way too, but he was always close with his dad. And then Chris deleted his Facebook last Thursday.
Were you friends with him on Facebook?
Yes. And the way I know that he deleted his Facebook is because she texted me on Thursday, last Thursday, and said that she had suggested that they do a weekend together to help to, center and work on things. And he said no at first, but then when they found out that the baby was a boy, he seemed to come around a little bit, because he said she told me that he told her the only reason he wanted to get pregnant is because he really wanted a boy. When they ended up finding out it was a boy, he seemed to like he was opening up with her a little bit. Things were getting a little bit better. So they were going to go away on a weekend together. So I remember her texting me and saying, 1 minute he's saying we're going to go on the weekend away together. The next minute he's shutting down his Facebook. And I didn't ask this. I wish I would have, but I was kind of thinking, well, what's the correlation in that? But I think what she meant was, 1 minute he seems to be normal Chris, and then the next minute he's shutting down his Facebook, which is a strange thing to do, particularly in our business. Our social media is a huge part of what we do, and Chris is a part of that as well.
As far as her business goes? Yeah.
So it's a very strange thing to go off of. It might not seem that way, to some people, but just because of how relevant Facebook and social media is to our business. So when I said, well, why did he delete Facebook? She said he just said he needed a break from it, which is, it's not the strangest thing, but he's never done that before. I've been friends with them for about 3 years.
And you know her through her business? Is that how you guys met?
Yeah, we met. She's part of my team in our company, and we've become really close friends. We've been on multiple trips together with her and Chris. Hearing that he had been acting this way and that things were not good between them was a huge, huge shock to me 2 weeks ago when she shared that, because they just seemed like the perfect couple, and it seemed that he adored her. But the things that he was saying, like he didn't want the baby, and that he said to her that they just don't communicate well anymore. And that it wasn't really anything specific that she did, because we were trying to figure out, because she's a really, really hard worker, and we thought maybe it was because she was giving more attention to our business than to the relationship, and we thought maybe that was it, and he said, no, it's not that. But he wouldn't say what it was. She couldn't get it out of him.
Chris wouldn't tell her what was wrong with the relationship?
As far as what she told me, that's right. She definitely seemed, she was very anxious to get home because she really wanted to get home and see how he was doing, because before she left for Arizona was when he started to come around a little and seemed like maybe he was willing to work things out. And she told him that she didn't want to go to Arizona. She wanted to stay home and work things out with him. And he said, no, just go, because she had the kids by herself for 6 weeks. So he said, go ahead and get away. Plus it was a business training too, but it was just something he was saying, go ahead and go and enjoy yourself in the training, and we'll talk when you get back. So she was really anxious to get back when all the bad weather was happening with the flights and everything. She was super nervous that she wasn't going to get back to be able to talk with him and work things out. And she was looking forward to this coming weekend when they were supposed to go away.
Do you know where they're going to go?
I don't think she ever specifically told me where they were going, and if she did, I just don't remember. She may have told one of the other girls.
Okay. Did she say what they're going to do with the kids?
I believe Nikki was going to watch the kids.
Okay. Is there anything?
I'm not 100% on that.
Okay. Is there anything else that stands out to you that you think I should know about?
That's the major stuff. Is there anything that you, do you guys have any idea what could have happened to her?
As of right now, we don't.
It just doesn't make any sense. Oh, I know what's really relevant. She never would have left the kids' car seat, the kids, Cece's medicine that she takes every day. She would never have gone off without it, or her phone. But the phone, maybe she needed to disconnect from the world. You could say that, but she would never, ever take those kids without everything that they needed. She's the best mom that I know. She's literally the most organized. If you were in her house, if you were in there, you know what I'm talking about. The most organized, planning everything. There's no way that she would not have taken the car seats, the medicine, and packed for them if she just was trying to get away.
Okay.
Because I think that's what the other. I don't know what the different possibilities are, but one would be that she just left, and I just can't see that being anything that she would do, because I'm sure you can tell how many people love her. But I don't think that's. I know that she wouldn't leave the children's things. I just know. There's no way. Best mom.
Okay.
Best freaking mom. And he's always been a great dad. This is why this is just so, it's just so alarming. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. I just hope that we find her.
Well, we're doing everything we can to locate her.
Okay, so has she officially been, I know that there was the talk of it needs to be 24 hours of being missing. Are we past that and actually filing a missing persons? And
so we've been investigating it since we got the call.
Uh-huh.
So, and we're going to continue to investigate it. So, the 24 hours is kind of irrelevant because we are investigating it.
Okay.
We're just trying to track down. You have no idea where she may go to?
No, because the only place that the only person that she really confided in that lives there. I live in Maryland. The only person that's local that she confided in that I know of is Nikki.
Okay.
So and Nikki was the one that dropped her off from the airport. So if she was needing to get out, she wouldn't call anybody else at 2, 3, 4 in the morning other than Nikki, because Nikki's already up.
Right.
So and other than that, I mean, I don't know where she would go. Because
do you know if she had a lot of
character?
Do you know if she has a lot of friends outside of your guys' business here?
She does not. She has. The thing about it is, they've lived in Colorado for a while, but not a super long time to where they've created a lot of friends. So most of the people that she is friends with has been through our business.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how long they've lived in Colorado. They're definitely not like new to Colorado or anything, but I know when we were planning, she and I planned a big event there for our company, and I remember her saying, like, I just don't have a lot of people here. Like, her people are back in North Carolina, where she's, originally from. She knows people through the school. She's got a friend, Amanda, who used to be the director at the kids' school. She's friends. She does a lot of play dates with different moms, but it's not close friendships. It's just play dates and that kind of thing. And then there's another friend, Karen. Karen actually was with us in Arizona too, but she's not one of our close friends, so we didn't really talk about we didn't talk about the Chris situation at all with Karen, because she didn't know.
Okay. She lives in Colorado too?
I'm sorry, in Arizona with us. But yes, Karen lives in Colorado. But no close friendships. Christina is one of Shanann's best friends, but she lives in Hawaii.
Okay. If you hear from Shanann at all, try and figure out where she's at. Let her know that we're looking for her and for her to call us, and that she's not in any trouble or anything. And if you do hear from her, I want you to call us as well. You can just call that number that you've been calling, that we playing phone tag on, that dispatch number.
Yep. Of course,
you can just call that, because that number is answered 24/7.
Okay.
So just continue to call that number with any information.
Okay.
If anything else comes to mind, give us a call.
Something does come to mind. Chris told me that the neighbor has a security camera that is pointed like to their house.
Okay.
So that security camera, Chris had said that they, I don't know who he meant by they. I don't know if he meant you guys or he and the neighbor, but he said that there was no sign of her coming or going per that video surveillance. So there could be, something that's on there that's definitely important and relevant if you don't have that already.
Okay. All right. If you can think of anything else, just give us a call, okay?
Thank you so much for being on top of this. If you need anything, give me a call.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey, Addy, spell your last name for me.
Mm-hmm. It's Maloney, Molony.
Okie dokie. I appreciate it. And this is your cell phone number, right?
This is my cell.
Okay. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Hold on.